Hello, this is part 3 of the series of videos for walkthrough of QMCLOUD. In this walkthrough, we will show you how you can look at the properties of the deployed resources. In the earlier walkthrough, we had already created a stack and we had deployed an AWS VPC and a subnet. So when I look at the stack's canvas, I can see that these were the two components that we had deployed earlier. So there are a couple of ways you can look at the properties to manage these resources. So one is when you highlight the VPC object, you see the properties that were defined as an input. But when you go into stack details here on the top menu, you can look at the properties of the different resources that were deployed. So when I click on this VPC ID, you will see the various properties. These are the output properties of the cloud resources that we had deployed. So you will see the VPC ID. You'll see the route table, the default route table that got created when we deployed the VPC. And then one of the other things about QMCLOUD is QMCLOUD generated all the required code behind the scenes. So it generates the code required to deploy these resources. So when you come to this code editor, you can look at the workspace and look at the config file first, where you have all the different properties of the components that you had deployed. And then you also look at the JavaScript program that was created for the deployment. And the last thing I wanted to show was the price. In this case, VPC and subnets are free resources that AWS allows you to create, but if we had things like EC2 instances and so on, so you could click on get price on the QMCLOUD tool, and then it would give details about the various pricings that AWS is offering. So even before you deploy the resources, you could check the price of the various resources. So this completes the walkthrough of creating a workspace, creating a stack profile to define the credentials, and then creating a stack and composing your infrastructure using the canvas and the list of components by dragging and dropping them, and then defining their properties, and then connecting them to define their dependencies. And in the end, going through the action buttons to deploy the cloud resources. This completes the series of videos for QMCLOUD. Thank you.